Hello and welcome to this video on finding the volume of any prism. Alright, so I recommend that you would pause the video and attempt these problems before watching on and seeing if you did it right. Alright, so find the volume of this shape. Now, you'll look on your formula sheet and you will see that this formula, and you just need to know how to use it. V equals AH. Volume is the area of the 2D base shape times the height of the prism. That's what you need to know. So we need to first locate what is the 2D base shape. In this shape, it is a cylinder, so its base shape is going to be a circle. Now you know the base shape, yellow. The base shape is repeated. I'm going to show you. It's important to locate the base, what type of base shape it is, right? So the base shape here is a circle. So we know we're going to be doing area of a circle times the height. And what do we know about the area of a circle? Well, it has squared in it since it's area, and we know it's got a pi, an r, and a squared. And then we're just doing the height of that shape. So the radius is 10, height is 15. And, whoops, forgot to substitute in the radius. And you can just chuck this straight in your calculator. So remember, volume is area of the 2D base times the height of the prism. So let's chuck in these values. Pi times 10 squared times 15, 4712.4. Let's just do it to one decimal place, and we plugged in centimeters. Now volume, okay, perimeter would be in centimeters, area would be centimeters squared, volume is 3D, we're talking cubed. All right, so that's the volume of this shape. Find the volume. So we see this, and we see volume is area of the 2D base times the height. So I'm going to drag this over so I don't write it every time and bore you. Volume, area of 2D base times the height. Now it is important to locate the correct base because so many students say, oh, this is the base. So the base should be 4 times 2. And then the height, that definitely looks like a height, 1.5. Wrong. Don't do that. So what we need to do, let's get rid of that, the area of the 2D base. So back here, notice how the base was like, it's the exact same on the top and the bottom. That's what you're looking for. You're looking for that same shape on the top and the bottom. So I do this by looking at this and I think, okay, what 3D shape is it? All right, it's not a rectangular prism. It's a triangular prism, right? Triangles at each end. So you can just get your highlighter out and make sure the 2D shape that you highlight is the exact same size and shape. All right, just like these two circles were the same size and shape. Now you've located that. Now let's get more into this formula. Area of the 2D base shape. So we know that that's going to be area of the triangle times, and I'm going to say that that's the height of the prism. That 4 meters is the height of the prism. I'm just going to put it straight in. Now the area of this triangle, do we know any rules for area of a triangle? Area of a triangle is half base times height. Half times base times height. You might also see it written as base times height divided by 2. And then what's just focusing on this 2D shape? The base is 2. The height is 1.5. And then you've got to times by that height of the prism. Make sure you're substituting in for that area of the 2D base. And let's put it in our calculator. And that will give us a nice number of 6. And then at the end, always check your units and decimal places. So volume, 3D shape, should have a cubed. All right, and we plugged in meters, so it should be meters cubed. Okay, now let's check out this. What is this? What is this? Weird, we haven't seen anything like that. But we know how to find the volume of any shape. We've got our formula here. So I am going to drag this over again. Get out of here. Okay. Area of 2D base times the height. Now get your highlighter out and just highlight what's your 2D base. Should be the same at the top and the bottom, or the front and the back, as was this case. This was front and back. Needs to be the same. So that's our 2D base. So let's just zoom in on this 2D base, and they actually give us that the area of that 2D base is 5 meters squared. We don't need any formula for the area. They've given it to us. They've given us what that area is. Now we are timesing by the height of the prism. So how many times this little weird shape is stacked up? What length is it stacked on top of each other? Okay, 2 meters. 5, well, I don't need my calculator for that, I guess. 10. And the volume, we plugged in meters, so we should get out meters cubed. And let's check this out. Okay, find the volume. A lot of students get this one wrong, all right? The key is, ask yourself, what shape is this? What type of shape is this? Ignore all the dimensions. It's a triangular prism. It's a triangular prism. Therefore, the 2D base shape should be a triangle. So I'm going to say area of triangle. You can make your formula wordy in the beginning to make it make sense to you. Area of triangle. We know that that's half times base times height. I'm just going to write in what, oh, actually, let's just say height of prism for now. Okay. So area of the 2D base. This is not the base, even though it looks like a base. A base sits on the floor. The base of this prism is the 2D shape that stacks together. And on the other side, there should be the same shape. This is what I mean. So highlight your base. This is our 2D base. Because notice, if you go further into that prism, there's the exact same shape on the other side. All right. So what is the area of this highlighted triangle? We can always take it off to the side if we need. It's got the base of the 2D shape is 2.4 meters. Now what's the height? They're trying to trick you by including that bit at the back. The height is going to be 1 meter. That's 1 meter. That's also 1 meter. So that's your 2D base shape. So base is that, height is that. Plug it into the formula. Half times 2.4 times the height, which is 1. Then you remember, do that. Take it all the way along. And then you're timesing by the height of your prism. So how many times I'm stacking that same shape? I'm stacking it backwards this time. And I know that that does not look like a height, but it is the height of the prism. The height of the prism is 0.6 meters. And then we're all good to go. 0.5 times 2.4 times 1 times 0.6, 0.72. Let's go back to this color. Equals 0.72. At the end, I need to ensure I write my units, which is meters cubed for volume. And that's all I have for you today. So I will see you next time. Bye.